Okay, so now that we've come to recognize the number of labor hours, the total product, the total amount produced, the average amount produced by each unit of labor, and the marginal product, the additional amount that an additional unit of labor adds at each stage, and we've noted that the marginal product goes up and then it comes back down, right? That's a very important point to make, that when we're adding labor to a process, or when we're adding capital to a process for that matter, when we're adding things to a process, there is an initial surge where there's a lot more that can be produced, but then that return diminishes over time as you add more. So that's an important thing to take note of. Now what we're going to do is we're going to fill out these three columns here of the total cost. So this is the total cost of the process, so we're breaking it down into the variable costs and the fixed costs. So the fixed costs being things that don't change with the level of production, like rent, like salaries for office employees, things of that nature. So those are the things that don't change based on the level of production or the amount of labor that we have introduced. And then we have the total variable cost, right? So the variable cost is going to be what is increasing as we add more units. So I am looking at this question and it says, assume the workers are paid $20 an hour. So this is $20 per labor hour, right? So that is going to be our variable cost, $20 per hour, right? Our total fixed cost is going to be the amount it would cost us if we produce nothing. And then our total cost is going to be the fixed cost plus the variable cost, all of the costs involved in whatever this process happens to be, right? Well, we can see that at a production level of 0, we still incur total cost of $60. So we can say, that that's going to be fixed cost, because the variable cost, 0 times 20 is 0. So if the total cost is 60, then that must mean that the total fixed cost is. So we've got 0 here, we've got 60 here, and in fact, because it's fixed, we can fill this out all the way down. It's always going to be 60, no matter what we do, no matter what our level of production is, it's always going to be 60 all the way down. Okay. So now we can figure out our variable cost. And our variable cost is going to be the number of labor hours times $20 per hour. So here we're paying $20. 2 times 20 is 40. 3 times 20 is 60. 4 times 20 is 80. 5 is 100. 120. 140. And 160. So see, we've now done this by multiplying the number of labor hours times our rate of $20 an hour. So as we're going up here, our variable costs are increasing as a product of adding more labor. So in order to get the total cost, that is just going to be, we're just going to add these two numbers. So we've got 80, we've got 100, we've got 120, we've got 140, we've got 160, 180, and 200, and then 220. Okay, so our total cost is going to continue to increase. Our total variable cost is going to continue to increase, and our fixed cost is, as the name implies, it is fixed. Now in the next instance, what I'm going to do is we're going to start to look at these averages, because, like, we want to see, this is interesting information. What is the total amount that's costing that this is costing us? But for us to make decisions, we want to be able to relate it to production. So we want to be able to say, okay, the average variable cost. So in other words, over all of these items that we're producing, whatever these widgets or items happen to be, how much variable cost is included in each one, and then how much total cost is involved in each one. And then we're going to look at the marginal cost, because there is, there's going to be an incremental cost to everything that we add. So we want to know what our marginal cost is. So that's going to be an important factor for us. So I will come back and we'll do that part of it.